Well, for the second straight year, Stephen Ames is our Canadian Player of the Year. He had a remarkable 2024 on PGA Tour Champions, 3 wins, 10 additional top 10 finishes. And how about this? Ames has 7 victories in the last 2 seasons. Guys, it's been a remarkable run for Stephen Ames. He's been so good the last 2 seasons. And Bob, what really makes it almost even better, this guy's turning 61 next April. Stephen Ames has been on quite a roll, hasn't he?
He really has, and you can go back, even further than the last 2 years. You look at it, 3 wins, 13 top tens the last 2 years, but 31 top tens over the last 3 years. And this year, his 68.63 final round scoring average. The one stat that stood out to me was his greens and reg. He is a beautiful iron player, 4th in greens in regulation. At one point this year, he hit 23 consecutive greens, which is remarkable for anybody. But I love that part about his game. I love the fact that he's kept himself in great shape. He's always had a beautiful swing. I can remember one time at the Canadian Open, standing on the range talking to Sean Foley, who was then not quite the presence that he is now. He was teaching Stephen, and they were standing there, and I was chatting a little bit with Stephen, and Fred Couples walked by, and he looked at Sean. He says, "Man," he says, "you got your guy swinging so sweet," and he just kept walking by. So that great swing is really coming to the fore right now, and I think he's very, very confident in his abilities to play on this tour, even at 61 and beyond.
Yeah, Stephen told me fitness is a priority going forward. Also, patience on the golf course, too. He's played very well the last couple of seasons. And on the PGA Tour, obviously, we had Nick Taylor winning the WM Phoenix Open early in the year. But Mark, our Canadian PGA Tour Player of the Year, well, that's Taylor Pendrith, who had a life-changing season, didn't he?
Yeah, and I expect Taylor to win again in 2025. I mean, 5th in strokes gained putting, 18th in strokes gained total. Confidence coming out of the President's Cup, where he was arguably one of the best international players for 4 days. On the Thursday, I mean, he lit it up, and the rest of the team was doing nothing. It seemed on the Thursday. So I expect Taylor to lead the charge. Known as a long driver of the golf ball, or previous in his early years of professional golf, I love the way he flights it. But now that the rest of the game is caught up, including the putter, how do you not like it? I mean, other than the name Stephen Ames, who is like Bob Weeks, who just keeps getting better with age, stronger, lighter, faster. Other than Stephen Ames, the best Canadian professional in 2024 for me was Taylor Pendrith.
And he's so even-keeled as well, which I think is going to come up big once he's in some pressure-packed situations, which we think are going to happen for him in 2025.